What is up, guys, and welcome back to another episode here on the Ironman. I'm sorry it's been a while since the last episode. I just got back from my trip from Chicago, and today we are going to be maximizing a very important mayor in the office right now, and that mayor is Derpy. So grab your snacks, grab your drinks, and enjoy the episode. Just a friendly reminder, I do stream almost all my content live at twitch.tv/foxy. I'll leave a link down in the description down below, so you don't miss out on any of the progression. Without further ado, let's get it. What is up, guys? We're starting things off here on the garden. We had our MacBook when we were in Chicago, so we already started doing a little bit of the farming progression. We got ourselves some crappie armor and then some of the farming tools as well. The biggest thing we're going to be working towards today is upgrading to maybe squash and then eventually fermento. I don't know if we're going to have enough time to start working on today, but we definitely want to get up to squash today. We're going to continue doing some farming contests because we need a lot of Jacob's medals and a lot of Jacob's tickets, and as well as utilizing Mayor Derpy to get more skill experience on our farming level. Right now we are sitting at farming level 31. I think today we could probably get at least to 35, which unlocks the squash armor. We also are utilizing our rabbit pet, which gives us a plus 30 farming wisdom as long as it's epic, which we have that. I mean, 98. We'll get it up to 30 today. Also, there's a theme in the chocolate factory that we don't have unlocked yet, but if you guys do have it unlocked, make sure you utilize, if I can find it, Zuro's cape. The Zuro's cape will give you farming fortune as well as farming wisdom, and the key for today is farming wisdom. There's also a couple other things that give farming wisdom. For example, if you have a Rift necklace, that works great as well. I don't. Making sure you have cultivating maxed out on whatever tool you're using helps out with farming wisdom as well. All sorts of stuff. I'm still learning some of the new stuff into the garden. I've played a little bit on another profile, but not a lot because farming is not like my favorite skill to do. But we're learning as we're going. And there's also a couple other key themes in this. The other one being pest. I don't know much about pests, but basically there's two ways you can farm them. Well, really three if you count the pest traps. There's the SkyBlock vacuum, which you can upgrade. It basically sucks in the pest and you can get a bunch of cool rewards from that, as well as the abysmal, if I pronounce that right, lasso. This is from the forging update. So this, you can catch pests with this and it'll give you your shards. And if you come to the hunting box, yeah, my GUI is all messed up right now. Come to the hunting box, we're just gonna filter this to farming. There's a bunch of different farming shards, and a lot of them, some of them at least, revolve around getting pest shards. For example, the insect power, where your vacuum deals more damage to pests, requires a praying mantis shard. To get the praying mantis shard, it requires a pest shard, and then I believe it's either a combat shard or a mining shard, but you get the gist. You need a bunch of pest shards to unlock a bunch of things. We already went ahead and unlocked the crop bug, which increased the odds of finding crappie, squash, or fermento. Right now we have it at 6%, so not bad. It's really hard to upgrade this because you just need so many shards. This requires a termite shard as well as a praying mantis shard, but there's other shards like lunar power, solar power, garden wisdom, war eater. These ones are a lot harder to get. They require like dragon shards and whatnot, which I just don't have access to. So a lot of people say doing shards makes something more efficient, but if I can't even get those shards, when getting it. You also got visitor bait, pest luck, and fancy visits. The big ones being pretty clothes, and then also these farming boosters. And also, for those of you who don't know, there is a pest shop as well. And in the pest shop, you got your accessory, you got the armor, equipment. The big thing is the hedgehog. So if you're already max farming level, this is one of the best pets for farming fortune. Grants 100 farming fortune on pest, grants 45 farming fortune tripled at night. That is huge. That's better than the elephant. It does cost 500 pests, so pretty expensive. Right now we're sitting at 194. We just been lassoing most of the pets. That's why we're sitting at 383 pest shards. We're just stacking them up because I know eventually we're gonna need like 600 plus pest shards just to unlock all of the different attributes, which we will be working towards. But like I said earlier, today's main focus is just getting our farming level up, getting some squash armor, and visitors. That's another thing that I could go over to. Visitors, if you don't know, I'm sure most of you do, they come every so and so minutes, and then they require a certain crop. You give them the requirement, and then you get copper, and then there's the copper shop, which you can get like the Lotus equipment, as well as good farming fortune enchants for your tools, examples being Sunder, and then I think there's like a couple other ones, but I forgot what they're called. We're not really prioritizing that right now because we're prioritizing farming wisdom over farming fortune. Now, once we get to that Fermento armor stage, then we can start really prioritizing the visitors. But for right now, just trying to get farming wisdom, take advantage of Derpy. Also to note, after Derpy, it's going to be a Mayor Aatrox. So we're probably not going to be farming after these 12 hours. We're probably going to switch back over to some Slayers, and then hopefully we can get like a coal coming up soon so we can continue mining. But yeah, today we're just going to be farming. But that was a lot of talking for an intro, so enough of my talking. Let's get to it. Oh, there we go. Farming farming level 32, SkyBlock level 100. Holy crap. Oh my god. We are SkyBlock level 100 already. Let's go. So just 3 more farming levels and then we'll be able to unlock squash. GG. A little progress done on my squash armor already. As you can see, we still need a lot more here, but a little progress done. Get E-Man 9, you don't know what to do from there. Blaze Slayer, buddy. You also got, have you done the Rift? Have you done your Vampire Slayer? You got that. You got Blaze Slayer. And then, do you know about the new Slayer coming out? Well, they're working on it. It's going to be the Guardian Slayer, which is going to be an update to the Backwater Bayou. Delirious did a video on it, briefly talking about it, where there's going to be a new island attached to the Backwater Bayou, and the way you spawn this Slayer is by fishing, and I don't know how the Slayer command how the Slayer is going to function yet, but it's going to be a Guardian, and that's going to be a kind of cool Slayer. That's kind of like a cool mechanic they're working with, is like you spawn the Slayer by fishing and then you can kill the Slayer. So that'll be a pretty cool update. I don't know when that's dropping, but I know they're working on it. Yeah, it probably will be it might not be late game. If you've noticed the trend with the new updates, none of them are late game. The last 3 big updates we've had, none of them are late game. If you count Spider Slayer as a big update, which I am, because it was, even though it was like kind of not a lot of stuff, it was. Spider Slayer is not late game. That the last Spider Slayer they added, forging that they added, not late game. Nothing in forging is late game. That Backwater Bayou update they had before the forging update is not late game either. All these updates are like making more people come to the game, because Hypixels have an issue bringing people to the games, so they're making updates less of a skill gap for people so they can enjoy the game. So I don't think the Guardian update, whenever that comes, if it's coming, you know, I don't think it's going to be late game. I think it's going to be accessible to a lot of people. All right, we're going to throw some box of seeds in that. All right, so we got to keep the composter going because you need compost to configure more plots. One, the plots give you 3 farming fortune each plot you get, which is amazing. But another big thing is that we need to get at least 1 row, so that way when we have Fermento armor and we start making mega farms, we have this row. Now, I'm not going to start making mega farms until I have Fermento armor, because there's just no point, because I'm not going to be using rancher boots until then, so I'm not going to be setting my speed to a specific thing. And that's the whole point of having mega farms, setting your speed to a certain thing, putting your yaw pitch to whatever it is, and then just going down the line. So in the future, we will be doing that. But we can start unlocking some of the plots, get a boost of farming fortune, and then Once we're ready to do that, we already have the plots unlocked. So we're keeping the composter going. Still farming quite a bit. I'd say we are like, if we continue farming for like another 3-4 hours, we might have enough stuff for the squash armor. My guess is that we get the resources needed for squash armor before we get our level to 35, because right now we're sitting at 20% the way to 33. So my guess is we get the resources first. So we're just gonna keep farming, and yeah, you kind of want to focus on getting farming level 40 before you focus on farming fortune. That's whether you're on a regular profile or on a Ironman profile. There's just no point in focusing on fortune until you're at level 40, because at level 40 is when you can unlock Memento armor, and then obviously getting to 50 is important, but if you get to 40 you can start focusing on other things that give you farming fortune, like copper for the farm shop, which is visitors. But you know, proof thought, not a requirement. You play it, everyone plays the game how they play the game. You know, I don't think there's a single one efficient way to do something in this game, because the whole point of the game is to have fun, and that doesn't mean being the most efficient, because having fun is different in other people's eyes. So you just play the game however you want to play the game, and you're playing it the most efficient way because you're having fun. Farming contest is over. Let me count the final results. There we go. Another silver bracket in the cocoa beans contest. It's also a personal best. I wonder how much it would have been to get gold, but that's sweet. Another silver. We do need hella medals, but if we go ahead, recipe cookie. I already did super craft a couple of these. We'll craft the rest of those, and then melon. Boom, boom. 23 crafts from that, and then pumpkin. Polished pumpkin, and then just come out of our 6. Just see. We'll go ahead and see where we're at here. We can pull out our squash as well. Man, 33 in there. Right, we're making progress, guys. So come to here. I think it's like 10 enchanted cookies. Yeah, so I need like another 28 cookies, I think. And then if we just, I didn't mean to do that. 24 melons there. Make sure I get my squash in here like so. I don't know how the legs go. I think it's like melons and then cookies right here. Yeah, so melons. I think squash is like right there. Yeah, I think this is the right recipe. I mean, we'll figure it out. And then I think the pumpkins. Why am I messing this up so bad? I think the pumpkins go right there. So yeah, we still need like 28 cookies, some more melons, some more pumpkins. But yeah, I mean, we're making pretty good progress. So I think we'll probably hit the craftable material requirement needed for squash armor before we hit the level, because right now we're at farming level halfway to 33. I mean, we've been farming for about almost 2 hours now, so I mean, we're making good progress. We're going to keep farming. Derpy's going away soon, and that's going to plummet the amount of XP we get, so we do want to take advantage of that. So we're just going to keep on farming. Yeah, I've watched a lot of his stuff too. He's just really good, you know. He's just like a really good like vibe. Yo, there we go. Farming level 33. 132 farming fortune. Oh, let's go. Let me see where we're at. Okay, so more squash there. I don't know what the recipe for the boots is. Probably just like melon. Probably. I don't know. My guess is melon, but okay. So we still need 20 cookies here, some more melons here, and I think melons down here as well, but we almost got enough squash. This is kind of crazy. Damn, okay. Yeah, bro, streaming is not fucking easy though. Like, especially when you have like for me, for instance, like, you know, I have that full-time job in the military, right? That takes up a lot of time, and I'm also in school, in college, so like I stream as much as I can, but then the in-betweens, like the editing, learning, trying to figure out how to make stuff better, and then still creating content while still having like my life, it's not easy. Like, it is really not easy. I'm glad I'm doing this because it's fun, because if I did this because of like a monetary reason, I wouldn't be able to do this, because it's just like, it would be so draining for me. And like, I know it takes like, it's such a process getting out there, right? A very difficult part for me while I'm doing this is because as much as I'll say like, I'm just doing this for fun, blah 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 blah, I might not be doing this for money, I might be doing it for fun, but like, it's also like a ego thing where it's like, I care about what I do, like that work ethic, where it's like, if like, it's that sense of like, you need that sense of like, oh, my stuff is actually good. I think that part kills me the most. Like, say I like post like a YouTube video or do like a stream, and it's not that great, right? It's not that great. And not even thinking in like monetary terms, but if it's not that great, then it doesn't make me feel great, because I felt like I put a lot of effort into it. I felt like I did everything I was supposed to do with it, and it just wasn't there. That's like the hardest part right there, is you put so much time into something, and you get shit on, you know? That's the hardest part for me. But so to like mitigate that, what I've been trying to do, or try to tell myself, and one of those things is, I've been trying to consume less. I've been trying to not worry about so much what like other people do or say or think, you know, because how are you going to be able to, like, glass half full, right? How are you going to be able to make a brand based off of whether it's yourself, something, a product? Like, how are you going to be able to do that when your glass is full and you have nothing to give but what other people have? You know, you got too much perspective and shit. So that's like something I've been trying to do, is like not consume as much content, like have the content I produce be greater than the content I consume, which has been like a really hard part, because like I'll look at someone's shit and I'll be like, dude, I just want to be like that. Like, I'll compare, I'll be like, oh my god, I'm fucking trash, right? But it's not like that, you know. I'd say I was yapping. Sorry for the yapping, by the way. My bad. I kind of was going in a little bit. Okay, talk to Muse a little bit about that stuff. Yeah, I mean, I'd love to get like advice from people that have like already done it. You know, you've given me like a lot of advice already. I want to keep getting advice, keep growing. Like, I don't want everything I do. I don't want to become that person where I just sit here and I become stagnant, you know. I become like complacent and like trying to grow and like learn different things about this. I want to like actually keep pursuing stuff, like, because there's no such thing as like a perfect stream or a perfect video or a perfect like anything, you know. Yo, there we go. SkyBlock level 101. 101. Zoe 101. We got it. Anyone remember that show, Zoe 101? Probably not. You guys are probably too young. But there we go. SkyBlock level 101. Let's go. And there we freaking go. Farming level 34. 136 farming fortune from the levels. Oh my Jesus. That is freaking nuts. I just need to head over to the composter real quick and put some seeds in it. Make sure it's running. So here's this guy. Grab out my box of seeds. And I actually need to grab some fuel for this guy now too. Damn. But I got a lot of oil barrels from all the powder grinding we've done in the past. But yeah, there we go. Not too bad. All right, guys, I think that is going to be a wrap on today's episode. Fortunately, we did not hit level 35 like we wanted to, so we could get our squash armor. We pretty much have all of the material requirements we need. We're just missing out some cookies, but we could easily get that. But the biggest thing, just we got to get a whole nother farming level to 35. But unfortunately, I just don't have enough time in today's video. If you guys did like today's video, please like and subscribe. I will be doing future farming videos in the future where we will be getting squash and then eventually fermento, and then also making our mega farms. Looking ahead, I don't think next episode is going to be another farming episode though, because we have Mayor Derpy coming in a whopping 5 freaking hours, guys. So that's going to be really fun. We're probably going to be doing some spins, getting the Pooch Shaman sword, and then the other gear that goes with it. It should be a pretty good episode. But until next time, peace.